Welcome to Songbird Messages and Meditations. This is Songbird with a collective and divinely inspired message for creatives, entrepreneurs, and dreamers. Just FYI, the message will not always align perfectly with the exact meaning of the cards that you see here today. The cards are simply a tool to help guide the conversation and extract the message that Spirit has for you today for the highest good of the collective and everyone you touch. Sometimes the photo or the combination of the cards will inspire a message that you wouldn't inherently expect from what you're seeing, so please only take what resonates with you at this time. Thank you in advance for vibing with me, for sharing your enthusiastic likes, comments, and subscribes. And if there's a companion meditation for this message, it will be linked in the description box below, as well as a link to get a personalized message for your specific circumstances. So now let's go ahead and dive into the conversation for today. We've got nurture in reverse, grow in reverse, we've got edge walker, and potency. I actually saw this card earlier too. So what I am sensing right now is that there's something that you're working on, that you are frustrated with how slowly it's growing. You feel like you're looking at the tiny little inches, the tiny little numbers. Maybe it's social media, maybe you've been posting more, maybe you've been trying to grow your own YouTube channel, and you're not quite seeing the numbers and the views and the connection and engagement you would like. And so it's making you want to stop nurturing that work that you're doing. Even though you feel really called, you feel really inspired, you feel really excited about the work that you're doing, you're struggling with the motivation to keep going. And what I love about this idea of an edge walker, right, is the idea that like you're not walking down a beaten path. You're beating your own path. You're creating your own vibe, your own lane, and you're out on the leading edge. I don't know if you watch or listen to Abraham Hicks, but I love how much they talk about being out on the leading edge. And being an edge walker and being willing to continue to put yourself out there, being willing to continue to show up despite not seeing the results in the 3D is where your power lies. You know, I'm reminded of this story about Paul Brunson and Oprah. And regardless of your feelings about Paul Brunson or Oprah, I think this is a really inspiring story. So years ago, before Paul Brunson became a household name, he was creating YouTube videos and he was only getting 10 views, 12 views, 15 views, or whatever. And he just kept posting week after week. And then eventually he learned that one of those views week after week was Oprah. And she went and hired him to, work on this show concept that she wanted a fresh face for, someone kind of relatively unknown. And now Paul Brunson is relatively known because of that. And so I just want to encourage you that even if you're not seeing the growth or the views or the results right away, the numbers, the sales, whatever it is that resonates for you, if you're willing to keep nurturing it and understand your power walking out on the leading edge of maybe something that's never been done before or something that you don't have an exact prescription or formula or step-by-step process for, you're creating it as you go, and that is your edge walking, that is your leading edge. Keep going. Trust that it's not about the numbers per se. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality is what I'm hearing. The quality of people that are listening, the you never know who's listening, the surprise of it all. Be willing to be surprised by Spirit's miracles. I'm being drawn to grab this Sacred Creators deck, which I love so much. This is a great deck for people that are out on the leading edge, creating. Ooh, this one jumped out. What's your honest truth? Sit with that for a second. What else do we need to hear, Spirit, about being out on the leading edge, about trusting that if we're not seeing the numbers and growth and all that stuff, that we're still on our right path? What else do we need to know about this right now, Spirit? Whew. Creator Water. I'm definitely going to dive into the book for this one, okay? So don't worry. And then we've got one more feeling called. One more, Spirit. What else do we need to know about being willing to keep going? Ooh. Oh, we got two more. Choose who you are becoming. And it says shift the way to new potential. And that's in reverse. So let me grab the book and let's talk about what we see here. Number 20 might be significant for you. What's your honest truth? Essential meanings: total authenticity, transparency, a glorious unveiling of spirit, clear and compelling communication that comes from the heart, finding the key to abundance by finding what's true and right for your soul. So what I'm hearing right now is that this is a journey of authenticity. This is a journey of showing up and doing the thing you feel called to do despite what is being reflected back to you in your 3D. This is about your internal, honest, authentic truth and showing up in that and trusting that you're doing what you're called to do and everything else will work out. I love that it says the key to abundance is what's doing true and right for your soul. How powerful is that? Let's look at Creator Water. It says water is connected to the emotions, being in flow and relying on your intuition. It governs the germination of ideas and conception, and it lives in the realms of dreams and prophecy. The element of water is insightful, healing, and cleansing. How can your intuition be of use to you right now? And what happens when you allow it to restore your balance? How would your situation change if you fell fully into your emotions? How well are your emotions helping you right now? And in what ways can they heal your situation? Are there places that love is hiding, waiting to be found? Ooh, I love this. So what I'm hearing is that you're being asked to go back inward. Right now, you might be focused outward on numbers, on strategy, on statistics, on best practices, on advice, on watching the courses and the programs and even paying for support in life. And Spirit is asking you to go inward. How is your meditation practice? How is your stillness? The voice of Spirit is still. It's in the quiet. It's in the whisper. So if you are not taking the time to stop and pause and listen to the whisper, that's what life is asking you to do right now. That's where your authentic truth is. That's where your abundance is. Let's look at choose who are you becoming. Number 7 might be significant. Green might be significant for you right now. Where are we? Number 7. A choice, the duality of right or wrong, choosing the path toward your future self, taking the reins and leading the way, committing to one path and allowing Spirit to deliver your dream. Ooh. So what I'm hearing is it's time to connect with the law of assumption. The law of assumption says if we assume the identity of our future self, Neville Goddard, so many thought leaders, but if we assume the identity of our future self and live from that identity now, it will pave the path for us. I love that it talks about committing to one path. And what I'm hearing is that you've been trying to commit to one path in terms of like, should I do this or do this? And Spirit is saying committing to one path is committing to the identity of your future self that you would love. How do you want to feel? Where do you want to live? What do you want your days to look like? How do you want to spend your time? That's the path. That's the one path. Connect with that. Visualize that. Feel into that. And that will illuminate your path kind of backwards or forward to now, right? That will illuminate the very next step for you to take now. but it's about really connecting to that end state and taking your focus off the here and now. You're too focused on what's going on right now. It's time to really dive inward and focus on not only who you're becoming. Like, I don't want you to focus on, Spirit's not asking you to focus on who you're becoming in the middle, later, or soon. It's about the ultimate vision and allowing that version of you to magnetically draw this version of you forward in alignment on the correct path. Now we have shift, the way to new potential. Number 29 might be significant. Number 11, significant. And because it's in reverse, I'm also going to read the self-care message. So it says, light worker ignited, a shift in your consciousness, human evolution, the charisma of a powerful leader, the awareness of your thoughts, things coming into alignment with your highest purpose, your soul story, and uncovering your highest potential. Self-care message, a need for humility, determination, tolerance, and perseverance, showing patience and understanding, letting go of expectations, accepting new ways of thinking, having one foot in the old and one foot in the new, a need to turn away from naysayers. Oh my gosh, okay, my spirit is like ding, 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 ding. So what I'm hearing in all of this is that it's time to go inward. There's so much, when it talks about the need for humility and the need for coming back into your authentic voice, and that's where your abundance is, all of that is saying right now, your reliance is way too much on yourself. It's way too much on what you see. It's way too much on your five senses, the here and now. And life is asking you to go inward and trust your highest self. Trust spirit. Trust the divine that's guiding you and leading you. Oh, there was something else at the end. I want to look at it again. One foot in the old and one foot in the new, and a need to turn away from naysayers. Yes. So the one foot in the old, one foot in the new, that's like you having one foot in the here and now and one foot in where you want to go in your dreams and vision for your life. And while it's prudent, of course, to be aware of what's happening right now, life is asking you to live from the vision that you have for your life. Look up the law of assumption. Study that law of assumption. Live in that space for a bit and see if it doesn't help to unfold and unravel some really awesome opportunities, ideas, ways of being that just continue to illuminate your path forward. And then staying away from the naysayers. Sometimes the biggest naysayer is your own mind. Sometimes the biggest naysayer is your own ego, which is why it's so important for you to spend some time in meditation. Because what that's going to do is allow you to drop into your heart. It's going to allow you to drop into your truth, to your, one of these cards talked about your emotions. I think the Creator Water, allowing you to drop into your emotions, your desires, your heart center, and living from that space. Instead of being all up in your head about, the structure, the views, what to do, where to go, the next steps, the strategy. What does it look like to drop into your heart and flow like water in the direction of your biggest and wildest dreams and your wildest imagination? Feeling guided to grab some tarot now. Whoa. Life wants you to know half the deck. Spirit, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Communication. Four of Wands in reverse. Interesting that we got the 3 and the 4. One more, Spirit. What else do we need to know? How else? Ooh. All right, I guess 2 more. We've got the Hanged Man and the Wheel of Fortune. You know what? I kind of put these in reverse. I don't know why I did that. Bear with me for a sec. Okay, there we go. That feels so much better. I love that we still have this green theme happening here. It's almost like life is saying, you know, go on your inward journey. Focus on what's happening inwardly. That's where you'll get the movement. That's where you'll get the ideas to communicate, the messages, the downloads, everything that you need to share your message, your truth, your meaning, whether that's with the world, whether that's with a specific person. Go inward and then use that calling or those downloads to communicate whatever it is that you need to communicate. I immediately am starting to feel some tightness in my throat. Maybe your throat chakra is blocked and life is asking you to speak some truth, to communicate some truth in order to unlock your fortune. What I'm hearing here is that you're not celebrating your small wins. So I think the reason you're feeling discouraged is because you're looking so much at the nitty-gritty without celebrating your small wins. Like if you're going to focus on now, focus on what you can celebrate. The fact that you showed up consistently, the fact that you did the thing that scared you, the fact that you're being brave, the fact that you are out there on the leading edge in whatever way that looks like, the fact that you have done something. And even though you're struggling with your motivation and your belief and your doubt and imposter syndrome and however that shows up for you, you are doing something. Celebrate that. Look out into the world. Make a list in your life of all the people that are brave enough to do something in your immediate life, your real actual life, not people you watch online, and realize how rare you are and celebrate that. And always come back into your inward journey, into your stillness, into the pause. Life is reminding you to pause, that there's a lot of power. We talked about potency here, right? There's a lot of power in pause, in coming inward, in taking a moment to like recalibrate and then take aligned and inspired action. I'm also hearing sharpen your saw, right? When you are going, hustle, 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 feeling stressed because you're not getting the results, it's time to sharpen your saw. It's time to find the power in stillness, in breathing, in rest, in meditation, in breath work. And whatever it is that helps you to come into center and quiets that ego mind and allows you to hear that still small voice. And I love that the Wheel of Fortune comes at the end because it's the reminder that like you're ending a cycle. By choosing to show up for yourself, by choosing to focus on your inward journey and what life is calling you to do, you end a cycle of being fixated and impatient with the 3D and what you can see and the results that you're viewing, and you start to live from your divinity. You start to live from the fullness and the wholeness of who you are and the trust and the faith that what life has for you is for you, and that it's all unfolding in exactly the ways that it's supposed to. That's the reading I have for you right now. So if that resonated with you, make sure you like, comment below what action or non-action you're going to take today, what inspired you today from today's message, and I will see you soon.